Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is your man OTR Trey, aka Treyway, aka what's the Friday Night Trey, aka Watch Party Trey.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay, aka OTR Messiah, aka, you know what? Am I still the prediction king? As of right now, I am still the prediction king. So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce myself as that. Will it change? I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we're gonna find out of the future of that. But I just got texted something, and I'm gonna do this live on the show. So if you'll indulge me, Jay, check this out.
Okay. Oh God, breaking news. What we got? What we got?
I have just been texted that the Wyatt Six has been released.
Whoa.
Now I saw this is not where we planned on starting, but I saw that Nikki Cross had been released. So I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. But Truth actually just texted me and said that the Wyatt Six has been released.
You know what, man? I hate to say it. I hate saying it, but without Bray Wyatt, it just doesn't work. I know they gave it a try, and I mean they gave it a really good run, but I don't know, man. I just think without that extra little creative that Bray Wyatt was throwing in there for the Wyatts and for the Fiend and stuff, it just it didn't hit the same. That's just me though.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
No, I agree because they said that they weren't going to make them supernatural,
Hmm.
which I understood because you can't have having a whole group that's supernatural is kind of crazy. They can't
Yeah,
get beat. And then I understood initially their overall point was going after people that disrespected their family. So I understood that um, Orlando Zay Zalea. What up? Hola.
hola.
But yeah, so I understood their premise initially, but
Yeah,
then they weren't doing anything with Nikki Cross.
yep.
She could at least been in the women's division. Oh, he said bye. All right, peace. He could have at least been. She could have at least been in the women's division, at least in the mid card, doing something like that. Um, they never did. They even have. They had a couple mixed tag matches, right? I would assume. Like, did they
I'm
do
going to
go
say
against B Fab and the Profits at one point?
maybe one or two, but it wasn't a lot.
Then the whole story with the lantern and all of that, and then I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me. And then Uncle Howdy, I thought he was gonna be on some main character type stuff, like going after the WWE championship, uh,
Exactly.
any of that. Because they had this whole production about the Wyatt Six, just for it to just flop the way it did.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. To me, it flopped as soon as they took their mask off and got in the ring and started wrestling. That's when everything started to flop. That's when it kind of went stale and dry, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But what were they gonna do? They were gonna just have them show up as the Wyatt Six and mask and attack everybody every episode of SmackDown. I mean, they tried it. They tried to put the titles on them. They tried the whole storyline with the MFTs and stuff like that. I don't know. It just didn't hit the same, and it sucks. I hate it. I hate that they got released because I mean, to me, I felt like they could have just killed the Wyatt Six and then moved on and let them come back as
like
different personalities.
like
But
they let Bo Dallas go.
I mean, this is now what, like the 12th time Bo Dallas has been let go by WWE.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's crazy. And I also see Andre Chase from Chase U. He put a video out saying he got released.
mm,
So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to see some call ups today on SmackDown. Especially a lot of stuff happened on NXT Revenge on these past Tuesdays.
Yeah.
JC Jane lost, Blake Monroe lost, Sol Ruka lost. Uh, Ethan Page is already on Raw. He's already been confirmed.
Yeah. So Ruka's already been. She's already on Raw. So
Yeah, well, yeah, she had that match, but she still had one more match at NXT that she lost to Zark
yeah.
when she pushed her. And they had the last woman standing match. Joe Hendry, he got his ass beat by Keanu on Tuesday, but he was already confirmed to be a member of Raw because he's going to have a concert on Monday.
I mean, you got to think about it this way, right? I think what's going on now is that you have the people that are in their developmental, which is Evolve. They are now
Coming up.
transitioning them up to NXT.
Hmm.
So they have to move some people from NXT up to the main roster. And then, you know, unfortunately, what that comes with is there's going to be some people that are going to be cut.
Yeah,
So,
because the Vanity Project moved up from Evolve to NXT.
yep,
Carrie Armstrong, I think that's the black girl.
yeah.
She got moved up. Kendall Gray vacated the championship and moved up. Um, so yeah, it's a lot of people. But so yeah, that was some breaking news for y'all. Didn't really expect to get. I knew there were some releases. I was going to get to it at the end of the show, but when I saw that the Wyatt Six got released, I felt like we had to do it. Hell, we even had a Bray Wyatt appreciation show. Remember that?
Yeah, we did. Hmm.
One of these days, we're gonna have to go through factions or storylines that were the biggest flops in WWE history. Because the Wyatt Six
That
got to be up there.
that's going to be more than one episode if you go through that.
But we got to do it because that shit is crazy. But anyway, the title. Welcome to episode 197 of the Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. The title of this episode is "Will Roman Reigns accept Jacob Fatu's challenge?" We'll talk about that later. But I wanted to start with um, what was your before we get into the actual matches, what you liked and didn't like. What uh, what was your overall thoughts of WrestleMania? You can go night by night or as a whole.
Might as well go night by night. Night by night, night one, in my opinion, it was a solid. If I had to give it a grade, it was a C. It was a solid C.
Of which
Um,
what night one?
yeah, night one. In the whole, as a whole. Um, if you notice, I think this year they kind of went with a different plan. These
Oh, I saw.
shorter, these shorter matches that lasted, what was it? I think the average was maybe 14. No, I don't even think the average was 14 minutes. I think the average was like 12 minutes if you average them all up.
Yeah,
Besides the
because
main
only
event,
unsanctioned and the unsanctioned match and Cody Randy were the only ones that went 15 minutes or more
15 minutes or more. That's what I thought. Okay.
on night one.
Yeah, so but it was the same thing with night two though. If you notice, night two was just as short. Night two was a bunch of 9 to 12 minute matches. I think the longest one was maybe 14, 15 minutes. No, the
Mhm.
ladder match was 20 something, I think. And then outside of the ladder match, the main event went an hour and a half, just about. So, but no, night one was definitely a C. Um, Night two to me was a little bit better. I did like, I feel like they had more main event esque matches, I guess you could say, and the card was stacked a lot more. Um, so I would say night two, I would give it. Night two was a B plus. I'm not gonna give it a grade. I'm not gonna give it a C. I'll give it a B plus, just because I think that they did a couple of things that were right that put it up over the hump.
So here's my thing. Night one was an F. Night one was an F. Night two was an A. So that's an average of what, a C minus.
No, man, night
So
one wasn't an F.
overall, to WrestleMania 42 overall was a C minus to me.
Night one wasn't an F. It wasn't an
Then it was a D minus. Night one sucked.
F.
Night one was ass. Assamania.
I think what they did was I think they stacked the card too heavy on night two. And I think that they should have did a better job at swapping some of those matches up. That's my opinion. I think
It
the
was
ladder
way
match,
too many commercial breaks.
yeah,
Like, what was that? They've never done that.
I don't know, man. I
And
will say this. I think
a
that
3 to 4 hour show, you only had like an hour worth of wrestling.
yeah, they had to get all the ads out on night one. That's why.
Fuck out of here, man. And
Night
then
one was night one was where all the ads were at, man.
they were on night two, but the matches were just better and longer. uh, and then the president of TKO, Mark Shapiro, come out and say that TKO is in full control of creative, and I could tell by night one.
Yeah.
I could tell. All right. So
Listen, WWE definitely gonna have to if you thought this was enough, and I'm not trying to be mean, just oh shit, just wait until next year in Saudi Arabia. Okay, they got a lot of stuff that they got to work on, especially if TKO really is calling the shots like they say that they are.
so when it comes down to the predictions, we all three of us tied.
I figured that. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I got a couple of things I need to say.
And this is with bonus points included, and I'm gonna explain why.
I need some more bonus points. I have an argument for bonus points.
Okay.
And my argument for bonus points, and this is on video,
Okay.
because I told y'all back in, I want to say it was around the Royal Rumble or after the Royal Rumble, that I saw that picture of Bianca Belair and Montez Ford on Instagram, and I said it looked like she was pregnant. And y'all shrugged that shit off and said I was seeing shit, and that ain't true. I need
Well,
bonus points for that. That's my
no,
argument.
you're not getting bonus points for that.
What? I called that.
You didn't call it on the prediction show.
Man.
Because look, you were firmly ahead because you got the bonus points for Speed turning on the Vision, even though technically they turned on him first. But I'll give it to you. uh, because and I did that because the Bellas won, even though technically it was Paige and Bree, but
That's true.
the Bellas won, so I gave myself that. JD uh got Braun Breaker showing up,
Yeah.
and then I got Bianca returning. Not that she was pregnant, but that she showed up. So that's how we tied.
We're
Because
gonna talk about
we
this.
all got bonus points.
We're gonna talk about this on the next pay-per-view, on the next show, when Mike Drop is on here, because I'm not giving up on that extra bonus point for Bianca. I don't care. I deserve that one. Nah. But listen, I told you honestly, something told me I should have went with the Bellas. I didn't know that they were gonna put Paige with Brie.
Well,
And that,
I kept telling y'all that they said Nikki was a game time decision, so they were either going to get replaced or she was going to fight.
I thought that they were going to replace her. I never thought that they were going to, you know what I mean? I like replace the whole tag team as a whole. I didn't think that they were just going to say, "Hey, yeah, go ahead, Paige, you can wrestle with Brie." Like I didn't think that
As
was
soon
going
as
to
I
happen.
saw that Paige, they put it out before Mania, which I hated because
Yeah,
that would have been the perfect time for her to just show up instead of they already said that Paige was going to replace Nikki. But as soon as I saw that Paige was replacing Nikki, I was like, okay, yeah, they're going to win.
I thought that was at least another point up just because of the Cody match. Because didn't y'all both go with Randy?
Yeah,
Mm,
nah, because look, I'll break it down for you. So night one, you got the Usos. You picked the Usos in LA Night, and then
yeah,
you got the 2 bonus points because of the speed thing.
yeah,
So that's 3 points. Jacob winning, Liv winning, that's 4 points. Gunther winning, Cody winning, that's 7 points. Then on night one, JD also got the Usos in LA Knight. He got Jacob, he got Liv, he got Becky. He got Gunther, and he got the 2 bonus points because Braun showed up. So that gives him 7. Then for
Okay.
me, I got Jacob, Liv, Becky, the Bellas, Gunther, and I got the 2 bonus points because Bianca showed up. So that's how I got to 7. Then on night two, we all picked the same things. So the only matches we got wrong is Javon losing and Jade losing. So then that was 7, 8,
I tell
9.
you what though, if I'd have known that
So we
Bianca
both so we
was
went 11. We got 11 points each.
if I'd have known that Bianca was pregnant and she was going to announce that she was pregnant, I wouldn't have picked Jade. The only reason why I picked Jade was because I thought that they were saving her for Bianca's return, and then they were going to do a little storyline there. So
Well,
once
looking at how Liv and Rhea ended Raw, it's looking like they might keep the titles on them until Crown Jewel so they can fight each other.
I think so, I think that's going to happen.
Because I don't see Liv dropping the title anytime soon. And I forgot which one of y'all brought this up, but the prospect of Raquel winning Queen of the Ring and Roxanne winning Money in the Bank, I think that's still all in play. So, because
Yeah.
people were saying that when Liv was giving her acceptance speech before Sol Ruka walked out, that Roxanne was the only one that wasn't like clapping and going ham like everybody else. So it looks like they might be, but at the same time, that could be a swerve because they did show Raquel was looking at the title the same way Randy used to look at the title when Cody had it, when Liv was holding it up at Mania.
Okay.
Um, what was your favorite match over the weekend?
Um. So my top three was definitely Oba and Brock, even though that match only lasted fucking what was it,
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Hmm.
It still was a hell of a statement, like the way that it went down.
We're gonna talk about it.
Um, the ladder match,
Yeah.
ladder match was definitely one, and then I'm a fan of the way that they ended Roman and CM Punk. The way the match ended, I think was a good play. I don't know if people really caught on to how the match ended in the way that Roman won, but that match. So those are my top three.
I've seen people saying that they felt that the match ended kind of abruptly.
It
They ain't like
didn't
that.
end. It didn't end
I didn't
abruptly.
think it ended abruptly.
It didn't. No, people got to go back to that story. They got to understand the storytelling and stuff like that in the way that the match ended.
Okay. Well, fuck it. Break it down. Break down the storytelling.
So, in my opinion, the way that I took it is the way that the match ended is we all know Roman called CM Punk old.
Yeah.
And we all know that Roman told CM Punk that he's faster than him, he's stronger than him, he's smarter than him, and all of that. If you look at the way that the match ended, CM Punk gave it everything that he had in the tank. And when he was going to go hit that last GTS, that shit was empty. Not even
Mhm.
past, it was below empty. It was done. He ain't had nothing left. And that was the reason for basically him falling flat on his face. And then Roman hitting the two spears back to back. CM Punk didn't have nothing left.
Yeah.
Why? Because of his age.
And then he kind of addressed that on Monday
Exactly.
because he was
I
saying
like
being
how they
46 years old and being world champion even for 3 minutes, I felt that I did great.
Yeah, I like how they played on it. That's what I'm saying. I like how they played on it. I like how they ended the match with it, and then I like how they kind of followed up with it on Monday Night Raw with CM Punk. So it
Yeah, but
came.
he was a little too chippy for me. All that shit he was talking, he's a little too smiley for me after just getting his ass whooped.
Listen, CM Punk's gonna do something that's gonna get on somebody's nerve, no matter what.
He's always doing something to get on my nerves.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
my favorite matches, God, I wanted to like Liv and Stephanie. I just like that Liv won, but the match was only like 6 minutes and 50 seconds. and they said that was because they were both hurt, so they didn't want to have them go too long. Uh, I wanted to like Dom and Finn. It was a good match. Dom was low key packing up Finn, but
Dom and Finn was good too. I Dom,
but and I knew that Finn was going to win.
yeah,
But Oba and Brock, one of my favorites. Um, I really did like. Uh, I like Trick and Sammy,
okay,
and but Roman and Punk is probably was probably my favorite match of the night.
okay.
Yeah. All right. So leaving out of WrestleMania. So yeah, let's talk about it. So the ending of the Brock and Oba match. Were you as shocked as everybody else? Because I was shocked when Brock started taking off the gloves. Then he took off
I
the boots.
I mean, listen, we've been watching Oba dominate Brock since he accepted the challenge, right?
Right.
At the end of the day, we all just knew that even though he was dominating him, that Brock was going to get the best of him. You know what I'm saying? Like Brock was going to give him some of the business during the match. Listen, I wasn't expecting the F5 and then the way Oba popped up and then chokeslam Brock and
Hmm.
then hit him with the fall from grace. Like that shit was epic.
Yeah.
The whole taking the boots and the gloves off was just like the cherry on top for the whole entire thing. Um,
They ran a package on Monday. It looks like Brock really is like he's done.
yeah, that's the thing about it though. I thought that they would at least had him on the show on Monday to
Nah,
say something. But I guess that's not
that's not
Brock's.
Brock.
Yeah, that's not Brock's style. So
That's what Paul Heyman's there for.
it caught me off guard because we all predicted that his last match was going to be like SummerSlam. I didn't think it was going to be WrestleMania. Like we didn't think it was going to be that soon. So
But this is the best way to put Oba over is by putting him over on the biggest show in of the year on ESPN for free because it wasn't on ESPN 2 like the tag match was.
I will say this. In my opinion, the only person that should take the belt off of Roman should be Oba. And
Called
if
him
they
out.
don't and if they don't do it right, and if they make Oba or turn Oba into a flop, I'm gonna be so pissed off because where he's at right now, after beating Brock in the way that he beat Brock, just like Truth was saying, the walkout, Oba, honestly, I can't say Oba had the best walkout. It's between Oba and the Demon. Because Finn Balor's walkout was absolutely insane. So I don't know. Oba was right there too. They to me they're neck and neck. They're pretty even.
Well, if they want to make Oba the next version of Brock, then he needs to go on like a Brock esque run, like Brock did his first year. Because didn't Brock win the championship his first year, like his first official year? Because he debuted in '02.
I want to say he did. I want to say he did.
Yeah, Oba is a layup that I'm afraid WWE will airball.
I swear to God, I think they're gonna airball the shit out of
The
it.
only way they will airball it is if they have him start losing matches he don't need to be losing,
Yeah.
or putting or giving him stupid stuff to say, and like that promo that he cut the Monday before WrestleMania was perfect. And
Well,
then
here's the thing about the
I
difference
like what he
between.
said the Monday after Mania when he just said the ruler's here and just dropped the mic and left.
That's what I'm saying. Like Oba's actually good on the microphone, right? One of the issues with Brock Lesnar was that he never had the promo skills. That's one of the reasons why Paul Heyman came into effect with being the Paul Heyman guy. Um, so I don't think they could really destroy Oba in that way when it comes down to the promo wise, because Omo, I feel like he can cut a good promo with the microphone. Um, I think the only way that they will destroy Oba is by booking him with awful matches. I don't think that every match can be a squash, but at the same time, you can't let him get quote unquote beat by somebody that he technically should have squashed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you
So
can't have him losing to like a JD McDonough.
yeah, exactly.
Shout out to JD. Uh, and I think that this is one of them situations where I don't think he should be going for any mid card titles. He needs to go
Nope.
straight for the championship. And like I said earlier, Roman called him out on the post show of Mania because that who knows that could end up being the SummerSlam match. Because Roman
Hmm.
said he's gonna be here all summer. So everybody that was worried about Roman not being a full time wrestler, he said he's gonna be here all summer.
All
Um,
summer.
so when you look back at Brock Lesnar's WWE legacy, like what's one of the first things that comes to mind for you? Like how do you remember him?
Man, there's so many different things that I can say about that. I mean, I can always say, him being what was he? He was the youngest undisputed champion
Hmm.
at the time that he won until Randy won, right?
Yeah,
Until Randy won the World Heavyweight Championship, but
yeah.
I think Brock was the youngest undisputed champion until Randy beat that record. I hate to say it, but to me, the one of the biggest things was he did a great job at putting over who beat him for the title? Ray. Wasn't it Ray Mysterio?
Did Ray beat him?
Or was it Eddie Guerrero?
Eddie. It was Eddie.
Eddie, yes. That match between him and Eddie was
I actually was watching that match, like the finish of that match a few months ago.
yeah. That was when he almost broke his damn neck doing that damn shooting star press.
No, that was against Kurt Angle.
Oh, that was against Kurt Angle. That was a good match too.
Against Eddie is when Eddie used the title and then he frog splashed him with like a chair or something.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
starting to remember now. And then I mean, come on, man. Let's call it what it is. The way he dominated fucking John Cena half of John Cena's career.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give props where props is due. I mean,
He's
John
the
Cena
only one that John Cena's ever feuded with that got the better of him.
pretty much. I mean, John Cena out of all their meetups, I think John Cena only ended up beating him what 2 or 3 times out
Hmm.
of like the 9 or 10 times that they faced. I can't remember what the number was, but I remember that kind of vaguely. Um, I mean, he had a lot of stuff. I honestly I liked him better when he went over to USC. I
I did like that because it made wrestling feel legitimate.
yeah, like when he went over to USC and freaking dominated the heavyweight division, and everybody was mad because Brock would take him down to the ground and he would just throw them damn hammer fist, and nobody could defend that shit. And they were, oh, he can't fight, he can't listen. It don't matter about what he can and can't do. He win it. If you can't
Exactly.
defend it, then you ain't got no answer for it. Then oh well.
I'll never forget his first match was against Frank Mir, and Frank Mir beat him because Brock charged in like a bull in a china shop, and he got caught with a leg or ankle lock or like a something with his leg, and he ended up tapping out, I think.
Yep, I remember
And
that.
and then when they rematched, Brock beat the fuck out of him, like to the point where it was like you was worried for that man's life. He got on
Yeah,
top of him and just started boom, 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 boom with the hammer fist, as you say. And then after he was talking mad shit after the fight, like yeah. And the great thing is Brock's UFC run really wasn't even that long.
it was about 3 years. It was about a good
Yeah,
3 year
it wasn't
run.
like crazy. It wasn't
Mm-mm.
crazy long.
No,
Because
it
if
was
you
because
go and
once he
look
got
and you go and look up all his fights, like he only had like what, probably like 15 fights.
yeah, because I mean, once he got diagnosed with that what was it,
Diverticulitis.
diverticulitis, yeah, that pretty much ended his UFC career. But I mean, for wrestling, I mean, there's so many matches, but you have to go with the match. What is the match? What is the match that put Brock Lesnar and say like, yeah, he had a Hall of Fame career and all that stuff, but
It's
now
gotta
that
be
he's
it's gotta be beating the
confirmed,
streak.
There you go. Now that he's confirmed retired, we all know as soon as WrestleMania comes next year, they need to be strolling up on Brock's doorstep. And that match that basically gives him that, hey, you retired, you're in the Hall of Fame immediately, beating Undertaker.
Yeah,
If you can silence an entire arena, come on,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like
Because a lot of people were saying that, like we mentioned, we thought that he was going to retire at SummerSlam because it's going to be in
SummerSlam.
Minnesota.
Yep.
But Brock, you know what I'm saying? Brock, he walks to the beat of his own drum, and he was ready to be done because apparently Brock's been ready to be done for a while.
Yeah. Well, apparently
So
him throwing up the X that he threw up after the match was over, he wasn't supposed to do that.
yeah, the whole
So,
Triple H said the whole thing was unscripted because they didn't expect him to retire either.
oh, so they weren't expecting him to take the gloves and stuff like. Oh, okay.
And I think that's why, because from the way that Heyman was acting, I don't think Heyman knew that Brock was going to do that either. But Paul Heyman's a
This,
really great actor, so I don't know. But it doesn't look like
yeah,
he knew either.
I don't know. This is, I
The one
mean,
person, if there was somebody that would know, it would be Heyman. But then Paul Heyman on Monday coming out saying that Brock ain't retired, da da da. Whatever, Brock ain't retired. unless they back up the Brinks truck and pay him whatever he wants, and he comes back for a one off.
that's not happening. Because
Because
in my
let's say
opinion,
he might make an appearance at SummerSlam. It just won't be a match. He might like come out and like F5 the Miz or something. I don't know.
I mean, I can see that, but that doesn't count as a match.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's going to come back for a match.
I mean, to me, if he did have a match, the only person I think that they would put him with would be Gunther to continue Gunther's whole career killer run and
And
stuff
see,
like that.
I wouldn't like that because
But now that he already
it would take away from what Oba just did.
exactly it would, and the fact that he already took off the gloves and the boots and stuff like that, so we would automatically expect for Brock to lose that. So I don't think he has another match, in my opinion.
Yeah. But all right, well, shout out to Brock Lesnar, man. Yeah. Okay, so I mentioned it earlier. Talking about these NXT call ups. So yeah, um, who from NXT that you that has been called up will be are you most excited to see on the main roster, or who is somebody that you want to get called up that hasn't been announced yet? Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get some tonight.
I mean, it depends on who we get tonight. I mean, I like what this. I like Sol Ruka. I like
Okay.
I like that call up. Or well, have they officially announced that she was a call up? I mean, she just came out. They didn't officially announce that she was.
I'm pretty sure next Monday she'll officially be on Raw. Because what else? I mean, she just lost the last woman standing match, so she's definitely getting called up.
Yeah,
And she had the match on Raw, so I'm pretty sure she's going to be a Raw superstar.
I kind of feel like them throwing her in the ring with Liv Morgan is a testament to, okay, listen, we need some more women for that division because, like we said, they still got majority of their heavy hitters still kind of locked in tag team, right? And at the same time, they also they got to figure out stuff with the mid card championship, and then they got to figure out stuff with the women's championship too. So Ruka to me is that person that she can fill either void. Like if you really wanted to, she can go right into feuding with Liv for that championship, or I can see her.
Her title, Becky.
Yeah, I can see her going in and kind of doing something with Becky for the mid card. So I mean, I don't know about Joe Hendry. I've never really been a Joe Hendry fan. So
I like
do
Ethan
you?
Page.
I I'm okay with Ethan Page. I would take Ethan Page more than Joe Hendry. Uh, do you think Joe Hendry is the WWE champion? Like, do you see him as a WWE champion, or do you see him as a Intercontinental United States champion?
Okay, that's a good question because we always think because somebody gets called up, they look like they could be a champion. I could see Javon being WWE champion one day. I could see. I actually could see Ethan Page being champion one day. Uh, Joe Hendry. I'm on the fence about it. Honestly, he has the entrance and he has the engagement. Okay, I was literally about to say Ethan Page is just like the Miz.
uh,
uh, I don't necessarily think Joe Hendry's overrated, but I don't know. I don't get like face of the company from Joe Hendry, if that makes
okay,
sense.
that's the what I was trying to think. I was trying to get
Yeah,
at.
I
I
don't
don't
get
get
face
those
of the
vibes.
company from him.
Yeah.
I can see him being a good United States champion or a good IC champion.
Now,
Uh,
my thing is now that they moved, now that what's his name, Royce Keys finally
he's officially on SmackDown.
debuted in is on SmackDown. The problem that I have and that so many people have pointed out is this whole Andre the Giant battle royale. And I think Jay Uso is the only person that has come out on top of that whole entire situation when it comes down to winning that.
Mello.
He's getting there. His
Well, yeah, yeah.
his
I
rope
guess because
his
Jay eventually won the championship because Bobby Lashley won it and he eventually won the championship too.
Jay Uso is the only one that really came out on top of that
He's the only one that became
situation.
a mega star that won it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, I'm not Bobby Lashley. Wasn't he already a champion before he won that Andre the Giant? He already won the title one time
Yeah,
before.
but I think, but remember, Bobby Lashley's career had kind of stalled a little bit,
Yeah, I mean
and then
it
he
did.
went on that. When they were doing that thing with him and Lana, that was weird. Before he
Bobby
linked up with,
Lashley's
before he
best.
linked up with MVP.
I was about to say the best thing that ever happened to Bobby Lashley was when they went with MVP and him and they created that. That to me that was top tier for him. And there's nothing wrong with that, but like you said, yeah, I think that
When they
he
were
was.
teasing the Street Profits joining them, oh, that was perfect. I wish they would have actually did
They
that.
should have.
The Street
They
Profits and
definitely
B
should.
Fab joining him, that would have been perfect.
On another note, we got to talk about that too, because we got to talk about the Street Profits debuting again.
Looks like
Do
they're
you?
gonna be on. Looks like they're gonna be on Raw.
They're going to be on Raw. Which do you think that's the best move? Because as you can see, the state of SmackDown's tag team division is not the best.
I mean, true, but I mean, I'm looking at Raw and they ain't much better. I mean, you got the Vision holding the titles right now, and you got the Usos. So those are your two heavy hitters. But other than that, the New Day is hurt.
Yeah,
Kofi trying to recruit Javon. The War Raiders are nowhere to be found. They fighting on fucking main event and AAA. Uh, who else? The Creeds are nowhere to be found. So like, it's not like the
that
Raw
means
tag
have to
team
really get
division is
no.
going crazy.
That is very true. Okay, I give you that one. I think it's just because Raw has more presence with the tag team is why you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
the Raw tag titles are in at least main event type storylines with main
There,
event hitters.
there you go. We'll go with that.
Because I think on SmackDown, who's the champions right now? It's
See, the fact that you don't even know who the champions are on SmackDown right now, off the top of your head, is
damn.
it's what's bad about it.
I knew this because it's not the Machine Guns. It's not it's not the Wyatts.
No, it's
Well, they're
not the
gone
Wyatts.
anyway. It's not the. Is it the MFTs? Did they get them back?
No, it's our truth and
Oh, our Truth and Priest. Damn.
that
The defunct
so,
Judgment Day.
that solves my point right there. That just
That is
goes to
horrible.
show.
How did I not remember that?
But I
That is
will say this:
horrible.
I agree with the Profits being on Monday Night Raw in the sense that to me the Street Profits have held down SmackDown for a very long time when it comes down to tag team division, and they never really got their due. You know what I'm saying with running that division as tag team champions. I kept feeling like they kept being overlooked despite their popularity and how entertaining they are when they do wrestle.
They
You
didn't
know
know
what I'm
what to
saying?
do with them because sticking B-Fab with them after Bobby Lashley left, it didn't make any sense to me.
It didn't.
They were teasing they were going to turn heel, or they were teasing that maybe Tez would turn on Dawkins. That never happened.
Yep. And then they were
Um,
teasing the Montez like solo run, but
yeah,
then that never happened. So it's not their fault. Definitely not their fault. And I don't understand how they got put in the position to where, because like I said, they were one of the best tag team divisions in a tag team division that's awful. And I don't get how they found themselves getting matches on NXT. I, to this day, I never understand that thought process.
and then well, last thing on the Profits. What you think about Dawkins' physique? He didn't drop them pounds. He wrestling with no shirt on now.
Um, I'm excited for it. I mean, because it looks like they've been putting in real legitimate work, and it's
Well,
not saying that they didn't put any work in before, but I kind of feel like this tag team run that they're going to have is going to be the one for the books.
they Montez came out and talked about that picture of him when he had gained all that weight,
Yeah,
and then it looked like he put on all that weight just to shred it all off. Uh, but him and Dawkins both said, you know what I'm saying, they went hard for like 8 weeks, just going ham, and these are the results.
I mean, shit, 8 weeks. Woo.
Yeah. Let me see here. All right, we talked about TKO and the president talking about having full control over the creative. I think I read somewhere that Triple H might still have more control over the weekly television, but when it comes to the PLEs, that's strictly TKO. Um, how do you think? With that being said, what's your opinion on if we get more nights like WrestleMania Night One, where we get 7 matches on a card like WrestleMania? Because we only get 4 matches on regular PLEs.
Yeah.
What's your thought if we get matches, but they're only like 5 to 6 to 7 minutes, unless it's the main event, and we get about damn 30 to 40 minutes worth of ads? Like, do you think that's going to start turning people off to the
So
product
here's
if
my
if
opinion
it
on it.
continues?
My I feel like the double standard is kind of kicking in on certain aspects of it because one, if every match that they had was 15-20 minutes, I think we would be doing a lot of complaining of how long each match went.
That's the AEW playbook.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm not opposed to the 6 minute matches, the 8 minute matches, the 10 minute matches. You need that. Not every match can go 20 minutes. Not every match can go an hour and a half. Um, to me, an hour and a half is the main event match, right? If you're gonna wrestle for an hour and a half, you gotta be wrestling in the
If
main
you
event.
only going to have 4 matches, then your main event needs to be about that long.
Exactly. Now we're talking about a standard PLE that isn't going to be a six
Like
hour show.
like Backlash, the one that's coming up next.
Yeah, so Backlash is going to start at what, 8 o'clock, and it's going to be over by 11. So
Maybe 10:30.
it might be 10:30. It probably will be 10:30. So I'm just saying, like, we're going to get maybe 4 matches, if four, maybe 5 matches. You never know; they could throw a fifth match in there, and you're going to have an average time for each match of between, I'm going to say, 6 to 12 minutes is going to be the average, with one match probably going about 15 to 17 minutes, and then with the main event probably going to go about maybe 35 to 40 minutes, because this is just a standard PLE. I'm actually fine with it. I'm okay with it as long as they do it right.
So a lot of people were saying this, and I felt the same way. The way that uh night one of Mania went, it felt like a Monday Night Raw. Like it didn't feel like WrestleMania. It didn't feel like WrestleMania until night two.
I agree with that, and I only agree with that in the sense that they they should have done better with shuffling the matches. Um, Night one, like I said, I think the ladder match should have been on night one. I already said that. I think that would have made night one a lot better with that ladder match over there. Um, as well as honestly, no, because I like Oba and Brock kicking off the show. To me, Finn Balor and Dom was definitely a night two match. Honestly, the only match I can really see. Oh, and I think Trick and Sammy should have been
Night
night
one.
one. I think if they would have had those two matches in night one, I think it would have made night one a lot better of a show than stacking night two so heavy.
Yeah, I agree with that. Going forward, especially with these PLEs, I think that because they're supposed to be, so these are premium live events. That's what
Yeah.
PLE stands for. I feel like we're not always getting the premium of these live events, especially with the price that the ticket prices, which has been an ongoing thing for months, with the price that they're paying for these tickets to give us lackluster subpar PLEs, which is supposed to be the main show of whatever month it is in.
Yeah.
I don't think that's unacceptable. That's crazy. The one thing I can say about AEW is their weekly television is good, but their PLEs, I mean, I'm sorry, their pay per views, whether you think they're too long or not, you get it feels special. It doesn't feel like an episode of Dynamite or Collision.
I
You
think
get your
that with
money's worth.
AEW, their formula, I feel like with AEW, their formula is better. And the reason why their formula is better is because they don't have one every single month,
Mhm.
which makes for a better show. I think that the fact that we get one every single month from WWE is watered down. And it's hard for them creatively to come up with something exciting. That's what's going to happen from having something every single month. Um,
I could agree with that. I
Now,
could see
with that being said, I feel like they definitely should have maximum effort when it comes down to Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. Those four PLEs, there should be nothing spared. You know what I'm saying? They
yeah.
got to break open everything that they can for that. I mean, especially now that SummerSlam is 2 nights. You know what I'm saying? They got to do better when it comes down to those. I'm
Yeah.
okay, and I'm even okay with a certain sense of them using some of these PLEs to
Further
further
storylines.
advance the storylines.
Yeah.
That's
I think that
fine.
they should. I think that they should advance storylines. I don't think that every PLE should lead to a feud coming to an end. I don't believe
Yeah.
that. Especially if the feud just started. So so yeah, I could definitely see that. This wasn't on my topic list, but I do want to talk about because we briefly talked about CM Punk. But what were your thoughts on before we get to that? Uh, we got to get to the end of the Cody and Randy match because it's going to play into what I'm going to say about this promo. We finally got the punt kick.
Listen, shout out to I was waiting for you to get to that. Shout out to freaking Cody Rhodes for eating that punt. Good God Almighty!
Hold on. Let me
Woo.
let's go and hook him up for real. Hold
Yeah,
on. Hold on. There it goes. Yeah, shout out to Cody.
yeah. Shout out to Cody.
So they're saying that his eye didn't get like that from the punt, but I guess when him and Randy was poking each other in the face, like poking each other's eyes, I guess that's how his eye got like that.
Nah, I went back and I looked at that shit. After Cody beat him, his eye was a little swollen. After he took that punt to the eye, that thing was shut. I
And
get
where
he
was
might
where did all the random when did Cody start bleeding like that from the top of his head?
That's a good question. I don't know. Well, I was trying to figure out when that happened too during the
I
match.
think I know where Randy bladed himself. I think it was when they were in the he was about over by the ring post. I think he bladed himself right there because Randy just got in the ring and they did a close up and he was just bleeding from the middle of the forehead.
Yeah. I don't know when Cody. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to think about it, but I do think that some of the black eye that Cody came out with on Monday was a little enhanced.
At first I was looking like, holy shit, like what the fuck? Like
Yeah,
I was like, ain't no way. He
but
got bit by a snake,
you
literally.
gotta give Cody props because I mean he played the full role. He had the whole limp. He couldn't even do his celebration and everything because he was so stiff and all that stuff. So
Okay,
he he played his role well.
hold on. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about this. So normally when somebody sells the punt kick, they're not on TV in 2 days.
No, but you got to think about this though. Everybody that has quote unquote gotten punt by Randy Orton was always like a WWE legend or somebody who was on their way out that was old as hell, so they couldn't really take the punt. You know what I'm saying? When he started punting like actual like
Active
wrestlers who were
superstars.
still active, they would be gone for like a day or so, but then we always see them on the next show.
Yeah, that's true because Randy got his face set on fire and he was on TV the next week.
He really was. He definitely was. He definitely was.
And I guess in order to sell the promo that we're going to talk about in a second, he had to be on Raw. He couldn't wait until SmackDown
Yeah,
because if we didn't see him until SmackDown, that would have made sense. That'd have been a whole week.
yeah.
uh, thoughts real quick before we get to because we're going to talk about Jacob also at the end. Do you think that unsanctioned match should have had blood in it with him and Drew, or do you think they didn't do the blood because they were saving it for Cody and Randy, and they don't like people bleeding multiple times during the show?
I think too much blood. I think they made a good call on that one. I think if they were going to let Randy and Cody bleed, then I agree with not letting Drew and Jacob do it. Me personally, I probably would have did it vice versa because it is an unsanctioned match. So
Thank you. It's
technically, it is a
unsanctioned, which means that it doesn't count.
yeah. So I mean, I probably if it was my call, I would have did it reverse. I don't really think that Cody and Randy needed to if it wasn't intentional, then I get it. But I don't know if it was intentional, I wouldn't have done it.
Do you? I agree. It should have been a street fight or a last man standing or something
They
like
got
that.
too many. They got too many street fights. I mean, there's always a street fight. There's always a
I mean,
street fights.
Dom and Finn was a street fight when it wasn't
That's
supposed to
what
go
I
to be
said.
a regular match.
Street fights were street fight. The calling the match a street fight is so watered down. Honestly, calling it an unsanctioned match is watered down at this point too. So I mean, I'll take the unsanctioned over the street fight any day though.
Do you think that we're really done seeing Pat McAfee?
No, no. I think somewhere in the storyline, I do think that it was a good way to kill it off. Do
Mm.
you think that's the reason why they did it? They realized that this storyline is not making sense with Pat McAfee, so let's go ahead and let's
I
just kill
think
it
what
off with
they're
Randy
doing
giving him an
is,
RKO.
I think what they did was, uh, I think they're trying to reset the story.
Okay.
I think they're trying to reset it. Like I said, we're gonna get into the Punk and Cody promo, but I think they're resetting the story because if the rumors are true and Randy really was kind of hurt, then maybe that's why they brought McAfee in. Besides, also trying to get some celebrity attention to drum up ticket sales because Pat McAfee has his show on ESPN and he could talk about it every day leading up until Mania.
I
But I
mean,
think they might be trying to reset it because I don't think Cody and Randy is done.
I don't think Cody and Randy is done, but I mean, if Randy is technically hurt like they say he is, I think Randy and Cody is done for right now. And we're going to see this story pick back up probably after Backlash. because I think Randy needs some time to heal whatever injury it is that he has. So I'll be
Um,
surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I will be surprised if we see Randy Orton on SmackDown tonight. I don't think we're
so
going to see him.
getting back to the promo. So CM Punk comes out. He talks about how he's still the best in the world, even though he lost. uh, Talked about all the loss that he had. So it actually started making sense because I was thinking about all the stories that people were talking about why Roman wasn't hitting back with heavier stuff after Punk said that stuff about his dad. And then Punk
Yeah.
just started going down a list of all the people that he's lost, including
Well,
his dog.
it made sense at WrestleMania once you saw the jacket and
Yeah,
you realize all the names, and then I was the commentators started reading off all the names and the tributes and stuff like that, and I was like, holy shit, okay.
yeah.
So
So that's so. So I was like, okay, I get that. I get that. Um, so I guess that's why he was so happy go lucky.
I will say that although CM Punk is like the world's biggest hypocrite when it comes down to the shit that he says, I appreciate the promo that he cut. I appreciate the promo that, basically he was stating how he gave it his all, just wasn't his night. But I like the fact that he talked about how he wasn't just going to roll over and sulk on it, to say he's going to stay ready, wait for his opportunity. I like how he touched on how he kept basically saying that this WrestleMania could have been Jey Uso versus whoever, but he kept touching on how once Seth got injured, he stayed ready because you never know when the title match is going. I kind of like how he just kept going back to that. You know what I'm saying? And then I kind of like how it kind of came full circle with Cody basically telling him anytime. So he's basically confirming that, hey, I'm gonna stay ready because you never know. And then boom, here's a title match right here.
Yeah. So let's get to that. What do you think about Cody saying any? Just say the word.
Honestly, SmackDown needs the help. CM Punk doesn't really need to be on Monday Night Raw anymore, in my opinion. That I think that he would be better used on SmackDown because SmackDown's main roster, when it comes down to Cody Rhodes' opponents, outside of Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre, who we got?
It does it because Trick could have been elevated, but he's the U.S. champion. Uh, maybe a heel Sammy.
I mean,
If they
yeah, I
choose to
mean,
go that way. I'm Alistair Black. If they actually put a story behind him, could probably elevate to being a decent main event challenger. Kevin Owens is still hurt,
Damian Priest is the tag team champion.
and he's better as a heel, so he could be a heel challenger.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Mello. I mean, they have people, but they just have to. Because the thing is, this is the thing. As long as we've been watching wrestling, you've seen it. You've seen a guy be a jobber for years, but
yeah.
all it takes is that one story where they probably do better than they should have done, or they win a random match.
Well, we saw it.
They get inserted into a tournament, and then boom, you can instantly turn them into a main eventer.
We saw it with Daniel Bryan. We saw it with Kofi. You know, what I'm
Mhm.
saying Kofi wasn't
They
supposed to
pretty
be in
much
that
did it with
elimination.
Priest.
That's
They
what I'm
pretty much
saying.
did it with Priest.
Yeah, Kofi wasn't supposed to be in that elimination chamber match. Damian Priest the same way when he finally cashed in the Money in the Bank. Um, all I'm saying is that unless they create somebody like that as of right now, throwing them in the ring with Cody Rhodes and seeing how it pans out, because you won't know, there ain't nobody.
Mhm.
So I mean, I kind of like CM Punk coming over to SmackDown if they really do make that move. I think that would be good.
CM Punk going to SmackDown and challenging Cody will be the only time y'all will get me to root for Cody. I will actually root for Cody if CM Punk challenges him for that championship.
Well, I guess she about to start rooting for Cody because I mean, technically, the challenge has already been thrown down. He said anytime.
And the question is, will when will Punk actually seize the opportunity?
I guess we'll
And
have to
it'll only
find.
be an opportunity if Cody is the champ, because ain't nobody else gonna say that to him.
I mean, I guess we will have to see what happens tonight on SmackDown. Because I mean, could that challenge be accepted tonight? Because the way that CM Punk looked back at him and smiled,
See, and that will and see, and then if CM Punk challenges him tonight, that shows that CM Punk truly is a heel because he knows Cody is fucked. Cody's more fucked up than he is. Cody got his ass beat worse in his match than Punk did in his.
I
Uh,
don't know about that. The
but
only thing
because
that
Punk's
stuck to
Punk's Punk slowed down because he was old.
okay, I don't know, man. That punt to me is equivalent of the two back-to-back spears that Punk took. I mean, yeah, that Punk took from Roman. I, we got to
Can
put that on. We got to put that on kind of like the same level.
can Rhea Ripley save the women's division on SmackDown?
Yes, absolutely.
Because I feel like depending on who debuts tonight, she's probably going to run to the same stuff that Jade had. Jade had nobody to fight because they were all in the tag division.
They got to empty out this tag division, man. They got to bring these women back, and then they got to create legitimate tag teams.
Because Charlotte and Alexa looks like I feel like because Nikki attacked Charlotte with that crutch, they're going to be gunning for Paige and Brie
Yeah,
to get the tag titles back. Irresistible Forces, Nia and Lash, they might want a rematch. So I don't see those teams breaking up anytime soon. Lyra and Bailey, I mean, they probably shouldn't be a tag team anymore after losing, and so start trying to go after the IC title again to give Becky people to fight. But I don't need to see Becky and Lyra anymore right now. I can see Becky and Bailey. AJ Lee look like she might be taking a break for a minute. I don't know what the hell going on with Maxine.
oh,
Uh, but anyway, but let's get to the main topic of the night, and that is Roman walking to the ring, seeing the Usos, then saying, "You know what? Y'all come out with me." Usos come out there. I was getting texted, and people kept thinking that the Usos were going to turn on Roman. Were you getting the sense that they were going to turn on Roman when he was doing all that talking,
it's too
talking about
soon.
how things were better when I was champion and when y'all were with me?
It's too soon. Listen, I'm one. Let's say this, all right? We definitely needed the break from the bloodline. Okay. We've now had what, a 2 year break? It's been about 2 years since
Mhm.
the bloodline has been like broken up. I mean, we've gotten glimpses of them back together in certain matches, but when I'm
We've
talking
gotten
about a
them in
full
War
run,
Games matches, but that's it.
yeah. So we've had a 2 year break from the bloodline. Um, I am 100% fine with them bringing back the bloodline on Monday Night Raw.
But
Why?
they, but
Because,
oh, go ahead.
huh?
No,
No,
go
I'm
ahead. Go
just
ahead.
saying because of the success that they had for as long as they did. Because even though Roman had a 3 year run with the title, the Bloodline still had a 4 year run, almost 5 year run on SmackDown before Roman even won the Universal Championship the first time. So I'm cool
So
with it.
I'm checking out SmackDown. Cody just showed up in a pickup truck. Rhea was walking, and now Yachty and the gingerbread man hopped off Trick's bus with him. So Yachty
Oh
and
my
Trick are still a thing.
I will say this though, I don't think the bloodline is going to stay around for as long as they did last time, and I keep saying that because you got Crash Out Jay, who I believe is going to crash out on Roman and backstab him.
You said
But
Jay.
yeah, Jay. Hmm.
So did you even think for a second that Jacob was coming out to try to join them?
No,
Yeah,
there
I
was
didn't
no
either.
there was no part of me that thought that Jacob was coming out to join them. I think that Roman's going to accept Jacob's challenge but there's going to be a stipulation that's going to come with that challenge, and that stipulation is the same thing that is everything else. If Jacob wins, he's a champion. He's the head of the table. If Jacob lose, he got to acknowledge Roman and he got to fall in line.
So I was over here thinking, yeah, Jacob is a Raw superstar now. He's literally coming out and opening up SmackDown. But I think I agree. I think that number one, Roman is not going to have the championship for no 3 years again.
No.
I don't even know if he'll have it for a full year. But I if they do, I agree. I think that Jacob's going to tell Roman that he's serious and he does want to do it, and I think Roman is going to accept because, like he said, even if even if Jacob loses, it still is good for the family because Jacob will
Yeah.
still get more money from main eventing a PLE and all this other stuff. He'll get exposure. But I did like what Roman said to him because Jacob and Jay have a lot of similarities as far as like the hothead crash outs that they
Yep.
are. And he said, and I like when Roman said to him, everything you want for your family, I wanted because Jacob said he wants to put his kids in better schools. He wants to buy his wife a bigger house, a better
Yep.
car. Um, that's why he said he needs the title. He don't want it. He needs it. And I like how Roman was like, I respect that, and I want all that for your family too. But are you ready for what comes? Are you ready for the responsibility that comes with being the champion?
Uh-huh.
And if you notice, Jacob has calmed down in his interviews. He not going as ham as he used to. It's kind of like they kind of like when they because he did a lot of interviews over WrestleMania weekend. It's like they're trying to
Yeah.
they're testing the waters to see how he does with interviews and being on public platforms. Because Jacob used to like he was straight off the block. So and he's
He's had
cutting
some
more. He's cutting more promos and he's enunciating more and he's being
he's had
more
some
well thought
etiquette.
out.
He has some etiquette classes. He has some etiquette
Yeah,
classes. You know what I'm saying?
I
Listen,
mean,
I say
he's
this, okay?
still big blood, but he just goes hand. He just like toned it down.
In my opinion, I don't think Roman holds on to this title for a full year. In my opinion, I think that Roman Reigns, yes, he goes into SummerSlam as champion. I think Roman Reigns comes out of SummerSlam as champion.
Even if he fights over.
I think that if he fights Oba at SummerSlam, that's a different story. I think that Roman goes into Money in the Bank, since Money in the Bank is after SummerSlam. Now, I think Roman goes into Money in the Bank, and I feel like this is the year that we get a same night cash in on the men's side, and I think that cash in is going to be on Roman.
And that I actually like that because it'll be a way to get the title off of Roman where he doesn't he would lose technically clean, but he unless they make it a triple threat, but he wouldn't lose in like a straight up start the match on opposite sides.
Oh, there's some breaking news for you right there.
Yeah. Zelina and Alistair got released. Hold on. Apparently I heard that there were a lot of releases that happened today. Kind of like the Monday after the Super Bowl when all the coaches get fired or players get released.
That's crazy. That well, I mean, honestly,
Oh, the Usos are coming out now.
mm,
Hold on. Releases 2026.
that's crazy because Aleister Black just came back just to turn around and get released is wild.
Well, back to AEW.
Yeah.
Uh, who else? Okay. Zoe Stark, they released her. Alba Fire, so Chelsea Green doesn't have her security anymore. She got fired or
Okay.
released. Uh, and this was from an hour ago. So yeah, the Aleister Black and Zelina. It made sense though
It
because
does.
they weren't doing anything with them. It was kind of like they were just replaying the Karrion Cross Scarlet storyline, but just with Alistair and Zelina. Zelina Vega, 35. Yeah. Yep, Aleister Black, and 12 minutes ago, Aleister Black and Zelina Vega released. And see, and the crazy part is, I liked Aleister Black in AEW because I like the House of Black, but I know he probably wanted to go back because his wife was over there.
Well, she
But
gonna go
shit,
with him now.
Brody King doing his thing as a solo star. He about to fight Darby Allen for the championship on
Yeah,
Wednesday. But getting back to Jacob really quickly, I do see him being a world champion, but I isn't it's not going to happen this quick at Backlash.
no,
It's not going to happen this quick.
it's hard, man, because there's so many people I can see right now. Um, there's so many people I can see right now that could take the mantle as world heavyweight champion, and it's just deciphering who's hot enough or who's at that point where once this time with Roman is done and over with, who could be the next person to step up and take it? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because in my opinion, I don't think it's going to be CM Punk again. I feel like the next world heavyweight champion could possibly be somebody who this is their first time being champion.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the route that we could see happen. You know what I mean? When it comes down to the world heavyweight championship.
So we have a subscriber question, and this is actually from Zandal, and he says, "Have WWE botched how they debut new talent to the main roster after Mania?"
So are we talking about the Raw after Mania? Because if we're talking about the Raw after Mania, I would say that this year was very lackluster. It
Yeah.
wasn't the best. It could have been one of it was one of the worst ones that they've had when we
How do
talk
you
about the
think that? I'm trying to think about this because damn, if it's right after the Raw after Mania, just in general, because the debuts normally come after Mania anyway, any show. I'm trying to think what would be the best way to actually debut somebody. Whoa, Kyrie got released.
what?
And the
Um
subscriber question literally was Kyrie going to turn on Oscar? She literally just fought on Monday.
well that I guess that's a no. She's not. Debuting people is hard. I feel like you have to finesse it when it comes down to a debut. You have to have the right situation. You have to have the right the right setup, the right atmosphere. There's a lot of stuff that really needs to be going. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Danhauser's debut was ass.
Yeah.
That it was straight ass at Elimination Chamber. It was awful, awful. But then you turn around and you get like Obafemi's Monday Night Raw debut, or you get even Royce Keys, who finally debuted on SmackDown. Those were decent. I mean, I'm not going to say that they were top tier because we kind of expected them and we saw them coming. Um, I'm trying to think who's a debut that came back or that we didn't. I would even say Paige's was pretty good, even though we knew because we saw the reports that she was signed. Her debut was actually pretty good with her WrestleMania debut. So it's hard, man. There's a lot of factors that go into that, and I can't really say what would be the best situation when it comes down to debuting somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that. Because I feel like there really isn't a perfect way to do it.
There really isn't.
But okay, Apollo Crews is believed to be another one that got released, which would make sense because he's never on TV.
He was
Um,
on TV. When we went to SmackDown when they was in Charlotte,
he did main event.
he did the main event, and I said, "Holy shit, Apollo Crews is still with WWE." That's how bad it is. Like,
The Motor City Machine Guns have departed WWE.
I saw that coming.
Uh, uh, yeah, it's looking like Yeah, they just cut people. I mean, because you got to think about it. Who are people that they never use? Like, who is people that they never use? Like, everybody raised holy hell when they released our truth, but other than that, I don't really see. I'm not upset with a lot of these releases.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm not really disappointed. There's none of these releases that make me go, oh no. Um,
The last time the last time I was shocked by a release was to the was Bray Wyatt.
oh yeah.
Like, but then they ended up bringing him back. But I was surprised when he actually got released the first time. Uh, but yeah, man, that's really that's all I got as far as subscriber questions. But do you like or does it get on your nerves when they release people when they have an ongoing story?
Yeah, that's kind of annoying
Like Kyrie and
because
Oscar, we've been waiting on Kyrie to turn on Oscar this whole time, and then you cut Kyrie.
because because in my opinion, them releasing somebody isn't something where they just all of a sudden go, all right, we got to release some people. This. There's a conversation that has taken place over multiple weeks, maybe even a month, in my opinion. Of okay, if we clear house, who could it be? Or hey, this person isn't performing the best or getting the best. This could this. That's what I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like a release didn't just pop out of the blue. Like, hey, we're just going to let this person go because we need to clear house. So the fact that you actively have a person like Kyrie Zane who has actively for the last what almost year now has been actively on Monday Night Raw and in a storyline. The crazy part about it is that the release, I'm not mad at it because she didn't really do much other than was really like the sidekick for Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Oscar did
And
everything. Oscar
and
said
we all
everything.
know the real
Kyrie
story
kind of
is Oscar versus EO. We know that's the
yeah,
real.
yeah. I'm saying Kyrie kind of sit in the background and Oscar would yell at her. And then she would do the and then, you know. So I'm not surprised at the release, but I'm just surprised that they would continuously have her in this storyline just to release her.
So we got Julia and Kiana James talking. Now it looks like Julia's about to fight Tiffany for the U.S. title. Uh, but let's get to some quick hits. So here's something funny. So WrestleMania 42 weekend fans sound off on Las Vegas price gouging. Look at what people had to pay for food. So $25 for water,
Oh my god.
$43 for pizza, and they were selling tomahawk steaks. I saw somebody do tomahawk steak nachos or something like that, and it was like $143.
Allegiant?
Yeah, for WrestleMania 42.
Okay. All right. Can I please say something?
Yes, the floor is yours.
If you're going to a stadium and you buy a tomahawk steak at a sporting event, that's on you to get bent over backwards.
I saw
That
this
is,
one lady. It was I don't know if she was an influencer or what, but she had bought it, and it was they had sliced it up, and it had a little sauce, and they had fries and everything.
I don't feel bad for you. That's literally the dumbest choice when it comes down to picking food in an arena is a tomahawk steak. Now, the 20 something dollars for or how much was it for a bottle of water?
$25.
There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I'm about to send it to you.
Uh,
I'm gonna just send you the picture that I read it from,
okay.
and then $43 for pizza. Now they better not be giving out. If they talking about them little personal pizzas that they be giving at the basketball games and the football games, I'd be damned if I'm paying $43 for that.
Listen, I told you how I was put. Listen,
Hell,
okay,
I'd be
this
damned if I'm
pizza.
paying $25 for some water.
First of all, there's no way that water was $25. And I will say this pizza looked better than that piece of shit pizza I got from Spectrum, where I paid $16 for or $14 for, and it was
But
it was
it ain't no
literally
damn $43 worth.
this big, and the shit was nasty as hell, which I was mad at. But
Was it like Domino's or Papa John's?
the pizza that I got,
Yeah.
no, the pizza that I got was like a
Or it was from one of the restaurants.
it was from one of the little places. It wasn't an actual restaurant, but it was like from one of the little snack booths where you could order food from and stuff
Oh.
like that. And they had personal pizzas that you could buy, and there was also like hot dogs, and they had like fries and stuff like that on the menu. The best way to describe the pizza that I got is, do you remember those little Tostino pizzas that came in the pack, the little circle ones where it's two in the
Yeah.
pack? My
Yeah.
personal pizza was that one. It was a pepperoni.
And it was
And it was like
$16.
$14
Damn.
for that
That's
little pepperoni pizza that I was pissed off and mad. Like I would never, ever again. But I don't know, man. That listen, people gotta understand one thing only. When you go to these sporting events like the Super Bowl, when you go to these sporting events like WrestleMania, when you go to these sporting events like the World Cup,
NBA Finals.
NBA Finals, World Series, they gonna up the prices on you. You got one or two choices.
Even in
Eat
regular
before you
playoff
go,
games.
eat before you go,
Or
or
eat
suck
after.
it up and pay the price. Because there ain't nothing you can do about it. The arenas are gonna make them. That's not even WWE. That's the arena.
Yeah.
So that I don't think WWE can dictate on how much the arena charges for their food and stuff like that. That is literally the price that the arena sets for whatever event. So you got to take that out kind of on the Legion. I don't know if you can take that out on WWE. I don't think they're the ones that say, "Hey, yo, charge $43 for a pizza." I don't even think they make any money off of
The concessions.
food and drink sales. Yeah, I don't think they do. I don't know. I doubt it.
So WrestleMania 43 was originally scheduled to take place at the new Nissan Stadium for my Tennessee Titans in Nashville, Tennessee.
How is that possible? WrestleMania 43 was originally before they moved it to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah. The original plan was for them to go to Tennessee to do it, but they switched it to Saudi Arabia.
Okay,
That's what they're
okay.
saying.
All right.
I was like, shit, we could have made that WrestleMania. Nashville is only an hour flight from Charlotte.
Yep.
And we just built that new stadium, so that makes sense.
But definitely not going to Saudi Arabia, so I ain't worried about that one. Be watching
Hell
that at
nah.
home.
So there's this picture. I'm about to send this to you also. And it shows a bus, and it's got all the retired wrestlers with Randy Orton standing there waving goodbye. And on this bus, you have Triple H, Batista, Undertaker, AJ Styles, John Cena, and Brock Lesnar. And it's Randy Orton just standing there waving goodbye because he's the only
I,
one still standing.
I will say this though. Okay, I have to say this. All right.
You still got Rey Mysterio and R-Truth, but
Out
I
of
guess
that
from his class,
entire group, Randy Orton was the youngest that came in.
yeah, by far.
So,
Well, besides
so
Brock, him and Brock
besides
about the same age.
him and Brock are about the same age. But Randy Orton was the youngest or close to the youngest. Him and Brock were probably close to close. I can't remember which one's older. I think Brock is a little bit older than Randy.
Let me check. Let's check.
So it would make sense that Randy Orton kind of outlasts them. I didn't think
Oh,
he
damn,
was
my
going to.
Brock's older. Brock's 48.
Yeah, yeah. I thought Brock was a little bit older. Okay, so
Oh, hell, Randy's 46.
yeah, that's why I said Brock was the youngest undisputed champion until Randy came and broke his record when he won the World Heavyweight Championship. So
And also, they had a graphic out that said that Paige has been gone from WWE for 8 years, and she is still the youngest of everyone that was in that tag match. Because she's only 33. Because you got when she debuted, she was like what 20, 21 when she beat
I,
AJ for the title.
I think so. I think she was like 20, or she
Yeah,
had just turned 21.
yeah. So that's crazy. So she been gone for that long, and she is literally the oldest. I mean, the youngest of everybody that was in that match.
I'm gonna
Because
continue to say,
Charlotte's almost 40, Alexa's almost 40, the Bellas are like 44. Uh, damn, that means that she's younger than Lash. How old is Lash? What the fuck?
Lash is older.
Yeah, I
I
forgot she did
thought
other stuff.
I thought Lash was like 35.
Lash is 28. Okay, they
Oh
would see.
shit!
Okay, no, they were saying that. I guess from all the people that were in pages,
I'm sorry, Lash.
it was a good
Lash
stat though. I like the stat.
I'm sorry. I got to apologize to Lash. I'm sorry, Lash. I should never said that.
Yeah, she's 28. What the fuck?
I really did think that she was older though, so that's my fault. Um, listen,
Trick is
I don't care what
31.
anybody says. I don't care what nobody says when it comes down to Randy Orton. I do not think that Randy Orton is going to wrestle for another 5 years. I'm sorry, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, because let me see. Ray is what 50, I think.
Is he? Yeah, I think he is.
Let me check. Rey Mysterio is 51. So if Randy wrestled another 5 years, then he would be Ray's age now.
If Randy wrestled another 5 years, he's going to be wrestling exactly like Rey Mysterio's wrestling right now.
Very sparingly. I mean, Randy don't wrestle a lot
Very,
anyway.
very sparingly. And when he finally does come back and finally does get on a decent run, Rey Mysterio gets injured. And then he comes back very sparingly. And that's where I feel like that's the cycle that we're kind of at with Randy Orton right now.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Only got a couple more of these. So CM Punk and Randy Orton have never won a WrestleMania main event. CM Punk, that makes sense because literally the last 2 years was his first and second WrestleMania main events. But Randy Orton has never won a WrestleMania main event. Does that shock you?
Damn. Well, you know what? No, because you got to think about, like, when I think about all of Randy Orton's title, well, not all, but when I think about majority of Randy Orton's title runs, in the way that Randy Orton won those titles, is always come ahead because he's always faced like John Cena at WrestleMania. And remember, John Cena was Mr. WrestleMania. I mean, this is the guy that freaking AA, Big Show, and Edge, in a triple threat match at the same time. So that kind of makes sense, in my opinion. I can see
Yeah,
that.
I agree. I remember one of the main events was the triple threat where Daniel Bryan won, where he beat him and
Yep.
Batista.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and last thing, so viewership for the first hour of WrestleMania 42. So night one that had Logan Paul, it had division Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Asho Speed versus the Usos in LA Knight. That viewership on ESPN2 raked in 1.62 million on ESPN2 viewership.
Okay.
And night two, which was on ESPN, not ESPN2, but ESPN, which featured uh, Brock and Oba, 1.82 million.
I knew that was going to bring more.
Yeah. So
Honestly, the vision would have brought close to. I mean, they were pretty much close.
that's
One
close.
point. Yeah, it was close. I think that they would have been over that hump if it wasn't on ESPN2.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, and for those of you that are fans of AEW, Adam Copeland says that he and Christian will both retire if they lose to FTR at Double or Nothing.
then they're not losing in it. Okay. All right.
But that's all we got. Yeah,
Yep.
we went a little longer today, everybody, but we didn't have a episode last week, did we? No, we
No.
didn't.
No.
Yeah, we did last week.
Yeah, we
Last week
did.
was predictions.
It was the week before.
The week before we didn't have it, and I know we haven't been. We couldn't get all three of us this week, but next week we got you. But Thank you for tuning in to episode 197 of the Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. We are 3 episodes away from episode 200. My name is Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey, aka Friday Night Trey, aka Watch Party Trey.
Hey, this your boy Jay, aka OTR Messiah, aka Rant and Jay. And you know what? Since it was a 3-way tie, I'm still your prediction champ. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that title right now until a tie. A tie means that the remaining champ stays the champ. You can't lose it in a tie. So
but we're sharing it. So doesn't that make me a prediction champ as well?
Nope.
All right, y'all.
All right.